Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the family course in social work, the elective family-focused social work practice. I'm Leah Doherty. For some of you, you've had me before in class, so I'm familiar. For others, I'm sure it's nice to put a face to the name. I am a half-time faculty in the School of Social Work, and I've taught at all of the campuses. I primarily teach in the Scranton campus during the school year, and then on the offsite campuses in the summer, and then a lot of the online electives that we've been moving, kind of one at a time to online. I'm helping to develop those as well. So this course that you're doing this semester is family-focused social work practice. You've all reviewed the syllabus. We're now into kind of our first full week. I didn't know what to call last week, so I'm really calling this week week one. And you reviewed the syllabus. I've heard from many of you that you didn't have any questions, but I just wanted to take a couple minutes and highlight a few things. This is the book. Hopefully you've all gotten this one. There are earlier editions. If you picked up an earlier edition, it's probably okay. Although this one that's 2014, you should be able to pick up at a reasonable, cost since it's a couple of years old. Okay. Let me just highlight a couple of the assignments and then go over a few things that are coming up more quickly. So we will be using discussion forums, which many of you are familiar with if you've taken Merriwood courses utilizing Moodle. Please make sure you read my instructions carefully because I do an original posting, a response to classmates with questions, and then an answer to whatever questions you're asked. And I do look at both the quality, content, and length of your postings. So one sentence answers, will likely not be sufficient, okay? And the weeks, they'll be posted in the syllabus. It lists the weeks that those will start on, and there'll be 2 days in between each of the postings. Like an original post will be due on one day, and then 2 days later, your response to some classmates, and 2 days later, your response to any questions that are asked. Some of you may be wondering why I don't put the whole course up at one time on Moodle. That's very intentional. With an online course, it's important that we stick to the Merriwood expectations of time spent per week in a course. And so my thought in doing this is, you're in class approximately 2.5 hours per class per week. And that's what you should be spending on this class with each week's assignment. So basically, if you, book out 2 or 3 hours per week to work on the course, you would be able to do, each assignment each week. Okay. All right. Then the next is chat sessions. 3 times during the semester, we will meet quote unquote online together in a chat window. It's not a video chat. It's just a verbal chat or a texting chat using Google Hangouts. And I'll be setting that up this weekend. And if you've never used Google Hangouts, I will know and be in touch with you to help you set it up. Okay. The next assignment is the 3-generation family genogram. I'm sure you're all wondering, since that's really the first kind of mini major assignment that will be due at the end of next week. And I will be posting tomorrow I'm going to put the readings up for next week and the materials, and I'll have some specific information regarding the genogram assignment. There's not one right way to do a genogram, but there are some things that I will be looking for specifically in the assignment, okay? The current issue reaction paper is due the week of February 18th. That is any issue happening right now in the world, nationally or internationally. You start with a current event, and then you find supporting information to supplement your understanding of that topic. Basically, it's, you're all going to be lifelong learners, and so this current, looks like I had a little glitch there, sorry. So this current event paper is an opportunity for you to explore a topic in more depth, educate yourself, and then in turn share that knowledge with me. If you have specific questions on that, I'm happy to answer them. If you want to run by your topic with me, I'm happy to talk with you about that. One thing I want people to know is I am very accessible through this online experience. Just shoot me a text, say you have a question, we'll schedule a time to talk. Or, if it's something I can answer just quickly in a text, that works too. All right, your interview and presentation of the family life cycle, I will be again posting as that gets a little closer, some more specific information for you for that assignment. The evidence-based practice brief is a very specific 2 pages assignment. It's a fact sheet, so the format is different. It's not a paper. It's like a handout that you could share with coworkers and others. So I will I'll put up examples and things, well in advance of that assignment. I also want to know what evidence-based practice you are picking by midterm, around the midterm when we have a call. The evidence-based practice in the real world assignment is where I'm going to match you up with a partner, and there are a series of questions similar to if you were in class and I said, okay, get with a partner and answer these questions and come back and report off to the class. You'll be sharing the information back with me. And then there are 2 quizzes, multiple choice, and I will give you 11 questions for 10 points, and they'll be posted. I also put a study guide up with the specific pages and sections of the readings that you should focus on. I will use some licensure-like questions so that you get familiar with the format of the licensure exam. One of the good things is there is always family therapy-related questions on the licensure exam, so taking this course will prepare you for that content quite well. So that's just a quick overview of the assignments that we have. I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit. I've been a social worker in northeastern Pennsylvania for just almost 30 years now. I worked with a variety of populations, started my career with persons with developmental disabilities and mental health in group homes and the closing of the state institutions. I worked with persons with HIV, probably before some of you were born. I've worked with military families, and then I ran a large nonprofit organization in Lackawanna County for 10 years and helped grow its social service department, particularly around housing and homeless and special populations. I've worked at our domestic violence provider here. I've been a foster parent and adoptive parent for the last 7 years. I have 3 teenage boys, well, 1 preteen and 2 teens who live with me. Jalen is 12. I adopted him 2 years ago. Josh is 19, almost 20, and I became his legal guardian 6 years ago almost. And Devin is 19, also almost 20, and he's lived with me off and on since he was 14. So I'm quite familiar with the child welfare system and foster parenting, adoption, trauma in youth. And then finally, right now, I also work half-time because I'm only half-time at Marywood. I work half-time with the Balance of State Continuum of Care for homeless providers. I'm a consultant working on grant management, grant compliance, and systems work for the communities in 33 counties here in eastern Pennsylvania. So if you live in Pennsylvania, it's likely that I work with your county unless you're in Lackawanna or Luzerne, which are entitlement communities. And I'm happy to talk more about that with any of you who might be interested. Last night I was out in Monroe County participating in the point in time count, which is the annual count of homeless individuals throughout the United States, so that we can do our best to get an unduplicated count of homeless individuals. So that's just a little bit about me. I am available. Pretty much I asked all of you to contact me via text, and fair game from about 7 in the morning till 10 or 11 at night. I know that many of you are working full-time jobs and have lives and field. So, when you're sitting down to do your work in this course, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If I can't talk to you at that moment, I will let you know when I can talk. And if you hear a noise in the background, I apologize. That's my dog. That's a noise that she makes. And if you ever text me and I say I'll get back to you if I'm in the middle of a meeting or something with one of the kids, and I don't get back to you, please text me again. I'm using the excuse of I'm over 50, but sometimes I just forget, and I don't want to overlook something that you may need. So please don't feel uncomfortable retexting me, nudging me, bothering me. You're not a bother. So reach out to me as often as you want to regarding this class, because I want it to be a good learning experience for you. In terms of what we're going to do in this class, this week we started with the history. There are some pioneers in family therapy, and we're going to touch on a few of them in the early part of the course, just to give you some grounding in where did family focus social work practice come from. I know some of it you may have touched on in your individuals and families course if you've already taken that, but I know that it somewhat gets kind of covered quickly depending on the faculty person that you have. So we're going to do a little bit of that for a period of time early in the semester, and then we will move more into practice and what's happening right now in family work, both more defined therapeutic approaches, but also systems approaches and community what's happening in the focus of social work practice with families, and where are we seeing the most opportunities for employment, most opportunities for change efforts, and also what are some of our challenges, within the practice. So if you have, I'm reading over your getting to know you, where I asked you, some of your thoughts in terms of what you want covered here. Part of, an online, every course is an opportunity for you to make it what you want it to be, for your own personal and professional career interests. But an online course, even more so, has a bit of self-direction. So if there's a topic area that you want more information on, if you've had me before, one of the things I hope that I do well is provide resources for people and, know how to direct people to either what's available in their communities or, more information on a topic area. So feel free to reach out to me, whether it's something in this course or something related to your field or work or anything else. If I don't know the answer, I will certainly try and get an answer for you. One of the things also that I value is the interconnectedness of our profession. And so, when we need something, we can reach out to each other to help meet, our needs of clients, our community needs, etc. Okay, so this video is about 13 minutes long. I hope it was a quick, welcome to the course, that this first week, you kind of had a chance to get in, get the book. Hopefully everybody's got the book by now. Read over the syllabus, get comfortable. You're now, beginning your second class probably for some of your other classes. And so here we go. We'll work on this together and journey together and have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay warm. As the ice freezes over, be careful. All right, have a great day.